You ever have one of those days when it feels like no matter what you do, everything is against you? It feels like everything is going wrong. It feels like you're just having a bad day. That's been my day today. And it's been my day for a lot of days other than just today. Um, Especially with dealing with type 1 diabetes and dealing with vision loss. Um, which, by the title of the video, these are my two diseases I deal with, which there are no cure for. I'm thankful, I'm grateful that I don't have a terminal illness, something that is going to take my life from me. Instead, I have diseases that I have to live with for the rest of my life. There's no foreseeable cure. I mean, yes, stem cells really will be my saving grace. If stem cells can repair my vision loss, if stem cells can repair my pancreatic cells, that'd be perfect. But for now and probably the next 20, 30 years, I'm going to be dealing with this every day. So for all the diabetics out there, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not a diabetic, I'm sure you've still dealt with things before. But it's frustrating. It sucks. It's like I woke up this morning, my blood sugar was all out of range because my pump wasn't working. So now my body's messed up. Now I gotta flush these ketones, but I ran out of strips, so I gotta go to CVS, and I have to pay money to get overpriced stuff and get more finger prick stuff. And then my sensor fails, so I have to call support and have them send me a new one, and I put a new one on, and then I put it on the wrong spot, so now it's like hurting my muscle, and my sugar's high because of my scar tissue, so I have to change my scar tissue thing out. And like I have this box like full of all this trash that I've literally went through in like 30 minutes. And, I went to my endo earlier this week, and they do a test called an A1C, which is like your average blood sugar. Well, my average blood sugar is at an 8, which is just on the borderline of good. So it's like not really that good. I mean, before I was like a 7 and a 7.6, and now I'm at an 8. And yeah, when I'm at my job, my blood sugar drops low. I have to stop what I'm doing. I have to eat a bunch of fruit snacks and stuff. I got a new distortion in my eye because I was shoveling snow, and now all of a sudden, boom, I have a new distortion in my eye. Don't know if it's ever gonna go away, and I get my shots again in another week. I got a week or 2 weeks or whatever. I gotta take off work, get my shots, and it's just painful. I've had the diabetes for 10 years now. I've had this eye disease for 3 years. And I still have these days where I feel like the whole world is against me, and I know it's not, but that's what it feels like. And it's built up a resilience in me. It's built my character. It's made me be grateful for the things that I do have going for me. A lot of people, they don't have like high metabolisms like I do. They don't have singing voices. They don't have the looks that I have. So I do have a lot of advantages in that aspect to be grateful for. And it gives you a sort of empathy for others, which I really am glad that I have. When I was first diagnosed, I would have to go to the nurse's office before lunch every day to like do my insulin and show them my lunch and all this stuff. And I would be the last person to get to the cafeteria. There's really nowhere to sit. And even though you'd think like, oh, I'm probably like in with the popular kids and all that stuff, I really didn't like that stuff. So I moved to a new school. It was a bigger school. So I sat with the kids who had mental handicaps or different handicaps that kind of made them stand out or not be fit into those social groups. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And those are the kids that I would sit with. And I saw these kids get bullied, and I stood up for them. And it just, from an early age, made me realize, those people are way more happy than people who have it all. And those are the people I want to surround myself with. And because I can make them feel better, because I have an ability to raise people up. And you know, well, I'm walking down the street, you don't know I have diabetes, you don't know I have eye issues. Even people I work with, even my friends sometimes. I had this one friend who we were pretty good friends for like years, and he just never knew I had diabetes. And I guess I didn't talk about it, or he didn't really see it. But I don't make it, I don't talk about it all the time. I want to be like everybody else. I don't want my diabetes to hold me down. I don't want my eye disease to hold me down. But the reality is, it's a lot of management. It is. I have days like this where I just feel so bad. I mean, an hour ago, I was so pissed. I still don't know what my blood sugar is. I got to prick my finger again while I'm waiting for my new sensor to warm up. And I don't know if I have ketones. I got to check my ketones. But yeah, an hour ago, I felt like I was going to cry, break down, yell, scream, just so freaking mad. But you get through it and you realize this is who I am. This is what makes me who I am. I'm going to test my blood sugar right now because I keep thinking about it and it's just making me anxious. It's also hard to talk about diabetes sometimes because that there are people out there who can't walk. There are people out there who can't talk. People who have mental disabilities. People who go through things way more painful than you. And you don't want to invalidate those people, and you don't want to feel like you're a crybaby, basically. So a lot of diabetics, they deal with a lot of mental shielding, I would say. But we have to learn how to be more open about our disease. My blood sugar is still high. It's 206 or whatever. But there were days when I was a kid where I didn't want to do this at all. And days like today would have broken me. Now, I know the deal. I know the drill. My mom would say it's a load of crap, but I got to deal with it, and that's what I do. And I'm going to do that every day for the rest of my life. And that makes me the person I am. So whatever you're dealing with in your everyday life, even when you have days where you feel like nothing's going right, nobody understands me, why me? Realize it's okay to feel like that, first off. And second, there are people who... There's another thing. I make so many beepy noises all the time. People are like, what the heck is that? And I have to be like, just me, just your cyborg over here. It's just my pancreas talking to me. Find the joy in the struggle. This is the shitty stick that we were given, but it's an amazing thing. The technology we have, the resources we have, and it's gonna make you a strong, resilient person. I listen to I'll see an old man who's like 70-something years old, and he'll tell me about like when he was in his 20s, and I'm like, man, like, what am I even complaining about? Same thing with vision loss. Like, I get these shots in my eyes. It sucks, but if I had this disease maybe 50 years ago, no, I would. By the time I was 26, I probably wouldn't be able to see like nearly as good as I do right now. So yeah, the future's scary. Thinking about the outcomes of going blind, thinking about, complications with the diabetes, but you can't do that to yourself. You just got to keep going every single day. Thank God for the technology, for the opportunity to live. We're alive right now, and that's a privilege. Life is a privilege. No matter what bullshit you got to get through to wake up every day and make it to another day. I'm sure there's somebody watching this video right now that thinks, man, I would take diabetes and eye vision loss over what I have. And there's probably someone out there who thinks, man, I could never do that. I'm so glad I don't have anything like that because I couldn't get through it. But I'm telling you, if you had to, you would. And that's my whole thing. You don't know how strong you are until you're pushed to be that strong. That's just what it is. So, this is a little vent for me. Come on here and just get this stuff out. But I'm pushing myself this month. I have a goal. I'm not going to say the goal out loud. I'm just going to do the goal. And, yeah, love you guys. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. More things on the way.